Welcome students to Naveen Services classes. So in this session we are going to deal with vectors. So what are vectors and how to represent a vector we will discuss in detail. So basically we are classifying physical quantities based on direction. So this is the classification is based on the direction of a physical quantity into two types. One is scalars, another one is vectors. So these scalars and vectors are also nothing but physical quantities, but in terms of direction or on the basis of direction we are classifying. Okay, let us see what are scalars. So scalars are nothing but physical quantities which have only magnitude but not direction. Physical quantities which have only magnitude but not direction. So what are the examples for this? There is no specified direction for this, but they have quantity. So for suppose if you take mass of a bag is 4 kg, or energy 20 joules, and next work, time, heat energy, temperature. So these are all some physical quantities which have only magnitude but not direction. So what is mean by magnitude? Magnitude gives its quantity. So how many kg of it? 4 kg. But in which direction? There is no direction. Energy consumed by a person is 20 joules. So 20 joules is the quantity. How much energy consumed by the person is 20 joules, but in which direction we cannot say. Like that, some quantities which have only magnitude but not direction, they comes under the category of scalars. Now let us take a look about what are vectors. So again here vectors are classified into two types. So what is the basic meaning of a vector? So a vector, physical quantities which have both direction and magnitude. Both direction and magnitude, they are considered as vectors. So here we are classifying the vectors. Or what are the examples for the vectors? So examples for the vectors we can write velocity, force, acceleration, okay, displacement, like that. Now again one more classification is there here, that is polar vectors and second classification is axial vectors. So what is the difference between polar vectors and axial vectors? So polar vectors have a starting point. Okay, vectors which have a starting point or point of application. Point of application. Like force you can take. So if we take one example as a force, so we are applying the force on this object F 10 Newton. What is the meaning of this? It has a starting point. at which it is starting, at the object it is starting. So like that vectors are considered as polar vectors. And next one is axial vectors. So axial vectors are nothing but vectors whose direction along the axis of rotation. Okay, so generally these polar vectors were considering in linear motion, and these vectors were considering in circular motion or rotatory motion. So examples we can take, for suppose if an object is performing circular motion. If the object is performing circular motion, it has angular velocity, angular acceleration, and some force acting or torque. These are all what? These are all the polar vectors, so whose direction along the axis of rotation. As a particle is rotating, the direction of these vectors also changes. It is continuously rotating like this. As the axis of rotation changes, these quantities will also changes. So that is mean by polar vectors. So now, how to represent a vector? How can we represent a vector? Let us see. So heading for representation of a vector. Representation of a vector. Okay. A vector can be represented by a line segment with an arrow. Suppose P, Q. So it is a vector. For suppose we know that vector. So for the velocity is a vector. So we can write PQ equals to V bar. That means it can be represented by its notation. For suppose if you want to represent velocity, velocity is V. So there is no meaning for this because velocity is a vector. Then how to represent this? By keeping an arrow over it. Notation, it represents, so it is a velocity as a vector quantity. Next, if you want to write force, notation over the notation F bar, and acceleration A bar. So this point P is known to be origin of the vector, origin of vector, or it is also known to be starting point, and the Q is known to be end of the vector or tip of the vector, end of the vector or tip of the vector. Whatever the length of the vector, length of the vector gives magnitude of vector, and arrowhead represents direction of vector. Okay, so in this way we can represent a vector. Okay, na? So I told you that the notation of the vector also we finished here itself. If A is a vector, if A is a physical quantity, if you represent it as a vector, so we can write as A bar. If B is a physical quantity, you can write B bar as a vector. Then how to represent its magnitude? So magnitude of a vector A can be written as modulus of A bar. or magnitude of vector B represented as B bar. Okay, so this is a representation and notation of a vector and magnitude of the vector. Next, let us see different types of vectors. Types of vectors. So this is the classification based on their alignment or based on their direction. So first one, collinear vectors. Collinear vectors nothing but vectors which act along same line. That means the direction of vectors is in the same line. For suppose this is A bar, on the same line another vector B bar is there. That means A bar and B bar align on the same line, then these vectors are known to be collinear vectors. Okay, these vectors may act in the same direction or in the opposite direction. For suppose A is represented and B is represented like this. So this is also a collinear vector. The term collinear represents they lies along the same line. Along the same line, whether they are in the same direction or opposite direction, it doesn't matter. They are collinear vectors. So, but the measuring of angle between these two will be different. If A bar and B bar in the same direction, angle between the vectors is 0 degree. If AR and B bar acts along the same line but in opposite direction, then angle between them we can consider as 180 degree. So this is the difference. Okay, right, next one. So parallel vectors. Parallel vectors. So what is mean by parallel vector? So parallel vectors are nothing but two collinear vectors having same direction. Two collinear vectors having same direction. For suppose this is A bar, B bar. C bar, D bar. So these two vectors are known to be parallel vectors. So which are parallel to each other. Next, opposite to these anti-parallel vectors. So what is mean by anti-parallel vectors? So anti-parallel vectors are nothing but which are opposite to each other. A bar, B bar. So A bar and B bar are anti-parallel vectors. And next, equal vectors. So what is mean by equal vectors? So equal vectors are nothing but they have equal magnitude and they align in the same direction. The vectors which have equal magnitude and in the same direction, then they are known to be equal vectors. So if you observe A bar and B bar, the length of the vector is same. In the same way they are aligned in the same direction. That's why these vectors are known to be equal vectors. Therefore we can write A bar equals to B bar. And here one more important vector is there, that is negative of a vector. Sir, what is mean by negative of a vector? So negative of a vector, it is a vector whose magnitude is equals to given vector but in opposite direction. Sir, what does it mean? So it indicates that, for suppose we have a vector A is given. So we want to find the negative vector of this. The negative vector of A bar is a vector whose direction is opposite to the given vector. So here we can write the B bar, it is also a vector, it is not a opposite vector. Try to understand this. So in opposite vector or anti-parallel vector, the magnitude may be different, but here the magnitude of A bar is compulsory equals to magnitude of the B bar. But in which direction? In opposite to A bar. That's why B bar is considered as a negative vector of A. It is very very important in coming discussions, because in solving some situations we are taking the help of the negative vector. Negative vector is represented by minus A bar. Okay, right, let us move to the next type of the vector. Coplanar vectors. Coplanar vectors. So what is mean by coplanar vector? It name it shows. Collinear nothing but what? They are aligned in the same direction. In the similar manner, coplanar vectors nothing but the vectors which align in the same plane. Suppose we have a different vectors A bar, B bar, C bar, D bar, E bar, F bar, H bar. Now let us take these A, B, C are aligned in the xy plane. The vectors which are in the same plane, they are known to be coplanar vectors. So let us write the pair of that vectors A bar, B bar, C bar are coplanar because they are located in xy plane. And then vectors, if you see D bar, E bar, F bar are yz plane. And next in zx plane, H bar and G bar. So these are coplanar vectors. Next is non-coplanar vectors. So non-coplanar vectors nothing but vectors which are not aligned in the same plane. So if you take a set of non-coplanar vectors, we can get any pair which are not present in the same plane. F bar, B bar, H bar is a combination or a set of a non-coplanar vectors. Like that you can also write C bar, D bar and G bar. So it is also one more set of non-coplanar vectors. Now let us discuss very important vector that is known to be unit vector. So unit vector. Sir, what is mean by unit vector? So unit means one. A vector whose magnitude is equals to 1. So this unit vector is represented by, suppose A is a vector, its unit vector is represented by A cap. Unit vector of A bar is A cap. Then how to write this? How to find? So A cap is equals to A bar by mod A. That means vector by magnitude of vector. So we can also write A bar is equals to product of unit vector into its magnitude. So here A, without any keeping arrow mark or cap like that, it is a magnitude. A is magnitude of vector A. Next, sir, what is the importance of this unit vector? So unit vector, it is mainly used for to represent the direction. The main use of this unit vector is used to represent the direction of a vector. So generally we have a coordinate system. So in two-dimensional coordinate system we have two axes, and here three-dimensional we have three axes. They are x, y, z, mutually perpendicular axes. So generally in locating the point in a space we are taking the help of these axes x, y, z. So if it is a vector, definitely we need to write in the form of magnitude and direction. What is the basic property of a vector? Vector should be represented as magnitude along with direction. To represent the direction of a given vector or given physical quantity, we are using the unit vector. So now what are the unit vectors to represent the directions? So there are three unit vectors are there along x and y z axis. So along x axis unit vector is I cap, and along y axis unit vector j cap, and along z axis unit vector is k cap. With the help of these three vectors, we are going to represent the direction of a given vector in a space. Suppose x, y, z. So what are the vectors? I cap, j cap, and k cap. And one more important point, this unit vector A cap is a dimensionless quantity. It is a dimensionless quantity. So for suppose we have a point P is represented by 2, 3, 5. It is a point which is represented in a space. So then how to write the vector form of this point? First we should join this. So now this is our vector. For suppose OP bar is our vector. I am taking this as A. Okay. So OP equals to A bar. I think so you know the sense of this point 235. What is the meaning of this? This point P, 2 units from the x-axis, 3 units from the y-axis, 5 units from the z-axis. I want to write its vector form. So Along x-axis, how long it is from the origin? 2 units. Therefore, along x-axis we can write it as 2i. That means ax I. So AX represent distance of the point P from the origin along x-axis. In the same way along y-axis AYJ. So AY is a magnitude 3J. J is the direction. That means point this point P 3 units along y-axis because the j is the unit vector I am using to represent the direction of the point 3. Next AZ K 5K. So finally we are going to represent this vector A bar as AXI plus AYJ plus AZK. So AXI nothing but what? 2I plus 3J plus 5K. So in this way we can represent a vector or we can represent a point in a space. So this is a general expression. This is general notation of the representation of a vector in 3D. How to represent in 2D? So if you want to represent 2D, we have different planes, xy plane. In xy plane, we can represent the vector for suppose a bar lies in xy plane. So we can write a bar is equals to x component into vector, unit vector, y component into unit vector. In yz plane, a bar is equals to ayj plus azk. And then zx plane, a bar is equals to azk plus axi. So with this representation we can understand that the given physical quantity or a given vector is lies in which plane. Okay, now with the help of this ij we are going to analyze this. Okay. Now let us take a look about its magnitude. Sir, how to find out the magnitude of a given vector? So magnitude. So let us take in xy plane a vector is located or a point P is located or a bar is given by a bar is equals to 3i plus 4j. That means this point from origin to this point P we can write 3 to 3 comma 4. So by using this we can analyze that it is located in xy plane. So how to find its magnitude? So before going to find its magnitude, let us analyze this. So ax, that means we have to compare this with a vector axi plus ayj. From x-axis it is 3 units. In the same way along y-axis it is 4 units. Then our aim is to find this magnitude only. So this magnitude nothing but what? Simply if you complete this, if it looks like a right angle triangle. So in this right angle triangle it is hypotenuse. Therefore simply we can write magnitude of vector A mod A bar is equals to under root of ax square plus ay square. Okay, therefore we are going to get under root of 3 square plus 4 square is equals to 5. It is the magnitude of the vector A. Now, sir, how to write its unit vector? So, unit vector we can represent A cap equals to, I told you that A bar by modulus of A bar, mod of A bar. So, vector A, what is vector A? 3i plus 4j by, how can we write? By 5. So, this is the unit vector of A. Okay, and next, so here if we observe this figure carefully, the vector makes some angle with respect to the x-axis in the same way with respect to the y-axis. Okay, with respect to the x-axis, if we are measuring the angle, that is horizontal component. So whatever the distance of the vector along the x-axis, that is known to be horizontal component. So if you take, this is ax and this is ay, I will draw somewhat enlarged manner the same figure. Ax, ay, and here it is theta. If you observe this in this ax, in this right angle triangle, ax is adjacent side and ay is opposite side. So now we can write cos theta equals to ax by a, adjacent side by hypotenuse. Therefore ax we are going to get a cos theta. Sir, what is the meaning of this ax? So ax gives the horizontal component of vector A. These components are important. In physics, we are dealing with the vectors. In most of the cases, they are compulsory. This kind of analysis is very, very important. Next, vertical component sine theta ay by a, because this is opposite side. So we can write ay is equals to a sine theta. So ay is nothing but what? Vertical component of a vector A. Then we can also represent this vector in terms of the component. So how to represent the vector? We know that A bar is equals to axi plus ayj. Just now we got the components. Ax as a cos theta I, ay as a sin theta j. Okay, in this way also we can represent a given vector. And then, sir, how to represent a vector in 3D? So in 3D, we are representing the point P as ax, ay, az. Okay, sometimes simply we can also represent with terms of 2, 3, 4, 5 like that, or x, y, z also we are using. So representation of that vector in 3D similar to the plane. So there you are writing axi, ayj. If 2 points are there, you are writing axi, ayj. Here 3 points are there, axi, ayj plus azk. Then how to write its magnitude? Magnitude of vector A is equals to ax square plus ay square plus az square. Then how to write its unit vector? Unit vector A cap is equals to a bar by modulus of a bar, therefore axi plus ayj then azk by under root of ax square ay square plus az square. So let us take two examples. So try to find the unit vector of these two. 2i minus 4j plus k. Find magnitude and unit vector of a bar. Next example 2. A bar is equals to minus I plus j minus k. Same questions. Find magnitude and unit vector. Okay, these are the examples. You can take down the notes and you can do it. So take care, stay safe.